All right, what's going on? So I gave it a couple days of kind of brainstorming, kind of thinking of what I want to do. I kind of went off the deep end a little bit of, brainstorming way too much and adding way too much. This build is supposed to be minimal and trying to get to the point. The biggest things that I really wanted to do with this is exchange the plywood with Kusa board, or I found out Mama board. And there's one more that's like almost like a foam. I forgot what it's called. But overall, Kusa board is going to be the most expensive. Mama board is going to be budget friendly, and supposedly it's supposed to be great with the reviews that I've seen. But some people just are diehard Kusa fans, and some people really don't care and go with the Mama board. So I'm still up in the air with that. So if you have any recommendations, please put it in the comment section, because I'm, like I said, I don't have that much experience with this kind of stuff. So we're kind of doing things, on the go. So let's take a look at what the idea is. All right, so the plan is this is about like a little bit over 3 feet, okay? We're just doing rough estimates right now, 40 inches, right? I want to bring it out to probably the 4 foot mark, because I want to have one clean slate of board, and they're 4 by 8. So if I put that, it's going to bring us to right about here. Okay, so if I take that, I want to move this tower forward a little bit, because I'm trying to get all the weight off the back, because I have a Livewell planned. So if I bring that up to 4 foot with just some rough estimates, right? So let's go right here. Let's go right about here. So 33 inches right about here. Okay, brings it to right here. So from that back end to here, actually to that back end to this is 33 inches. So it's going to be right about here. So from here, let's go with this. So right about here where that black mark was. So about 10 inches, 9 to 10 inches, it's going to be pushed forward. That being said, this is a 47-gallon tank. I don't think I'm going to use it. I was going all out and like taking this deck out, putting setting a fuel tank in there, and then going all out. We don't need to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a cheap plastic one. I don't think that this 125 needs a 47-gallon tank. I think it could pretty much almost run all day with like a 30-gallon tank. So this is going to be pushed forward about 10 inches. So we're going to get, actually, let's just do that 4 foot mark, right? So right about here. So right about there is going to be the back decking, right? This is where this is going to start, right here. So it's going to start right about here, which that's good, because then I'll give me quite a bit of room that I can put a oval shape leaning post Livewell on it. And then obviously the routing is going to be much easier. The inlet can go down here, and then the outlet can go, in the back here as well. So that's going to be pretty much taken care of. And it's just inlaying. My idea is I don't want the leaning post this tall, right? I want to kind of do it like a shallow sport, where they have it's about a foot of Livewell on this side up from the deck, and about a foot over here. So what I'm thinking is inlay it to the first floor and have it come through and just fiberglass around it, and it probably be standing right about here, which that's good, because I don't want to bend all the way down getting bait, but I'll bend right about here, and a 30-gallon tank will be just fine. Then since this is going to be up, about 10 inches, pretty much where this is at actually. So this start will be right here, and then we're going to put in this inlet, all we're going to do is put a gas tank and like I said before, up here, we're gonna have to make something. I don't know if I just want to go the cheap route and put a tea bag right here and call it a day, or do I actually want to pay somebody and get some canvas and actually make it look nice, a nice square, and then put our life jackets right there, and then have probably a little spot for some people to put their stuff in, because I don't have anything where people can put their personal items yet. All right, so my other idea is to have a bench seat sticking out. I'm kind of playing with the idea of having the bench seat kind of just starting here, but this little part is really only going to be able to fit maybe one person or two really skinny people. So that I don't think I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to make, you know, those show water bench seats and have it sticking out right here, and have it just as wide as the tower, and have a nice bench seat, and then people can stuff stuff under I'll make a little, like almost like a slide out rack, and put that there. That's kind of the idea that we're having. I'm not set in stone with that yet. So if you guys have some ideas, please comment below, because I'm all ears. I'm just kind of brainstorming, and then I retract some stuff that I want to do and add different stuff. The other thing is see how this is open on this side and that side. I don't know if I want to keep that open or leave it or box it in with Kusa board that I'm going to use, because I already need one sheet back there, right? No, I'm sorry, mama board, because I'm already going to need one sheet back there. And then obviously probably one other sheet for stringers, because you see the two stringers back there. I'm gonna need, I want to create, you see this metal platform or aluminum platform? I want to create almost a box-like square to reinforce that part, because when I shake this, that board bows, but that's because the board's old. So I just kind of want to reinforce that, so it'll be good. So a little square piece right there, so I can leave half of this open, right? Half of it open, and then right here it could be closed off, and that's where the Livewell is going to sit as well, and that can be closed off and this boxed in and all good to go. So when we actually spin to this, it's not moving anywhere, and I can rely on this bracket way more than this bracket up here. Even though these are secure, that's going to be even more secure. And then I can kind of leave this kind of open a little bit and let water flow all the way back. The other thing is do I want latches right here with an insert? They make those. I can put I can almost put two of them, right? One right here, one over there. This one can have fishing equipment, like just boxes, because they make those boxes that set in there and make it look good. So that's another idea. The batteries, that's where I'm kind of having some trouble. I'm getting rid of lead acid batteries. If I keep this motor for now, I don't even care. I'm going to use lithium. They have lithium deep cycle batteries for starting. Obviously, if I had put a Yamaha on there, it's going to be an old Yamaha motor, and Yamaha doesn't advise using lithium batteries, but it's not going to have a warranty, so I really don't care. So I might do that, and that's going to be right here. The lithium batteries they're not heavy at all, so I think either when I do the latches, that one's going to be obviously a tackle, and this one is going to be my battery and electronic box. So that's the idea. That's the only thing is if I'm keeping batteries and electronics and stuff back there, like the power pole box and stuff like that, it's exposed to the elements, and obviously when it's going to be exposed, it's going to start rotting. I don't know that part yet. I'm still way up in the air and just don't know yet. I might make this all like a square where I can have the water run off, but have, like I had this box, and then that box kind of goes this way, and then the water runs off back into there, but this area is kind of dry. All right, so now that we're done with that, the front. This part is almost 4 feet. I think it's like 3.5 feet. So one Kusa board will go on top, and then I'm obviously going to need another one for the side. And then inside here, there's only one board in there in the middle holding that. See it? I don't know if I just need one or actually have to stop and put 2 of them in. So that I'm not really sure about. So I kind of have to, I almost don't even want to mess with this because it's decent, but you know, if we're going to do the whole boat, should we do the whole boat or shouldn't we? And just do this back and worry about this back and this tower. I talked to a guy on Marketplace. He makes these Helm boxes. If I got one on T&H, it'd be like almost at 1,200 bucks. He makes them for like 400 bucks. So I think I'm gonna go with him for that. And then just bring that up, and that'll be an easy fix. In the back, I'm putting a jack plate. I'm trying to find the mounts, the side mounts for power poles, because I don't want to hook it to the actual boat itself. I want to have it on the jack plate. All right, so that's pretty much my rough draft of how we're gonna build this boat. If you have any ideas, put them in the comment section below. I would love to hear them, because I'm just pulling out of a hat pretty much at this point. I've really never done this, and you know, me not having to do a mistake because someone else already learned, that would be a great help. So I would love to have a comments in the comment section actually telling me how to do some stuff, because there's some things I really don't know. I know that I kind of want to do mama board. It's half the price of Kusa. Kusa for a 4x8 is almost 300 bucks. Mama board is literally cut in half. And then that other brand of board is even cheaper, but it's thinner. So I'm gonna go with mama board. And I have to pick it up. I think they make them in North Carolina. So I know I have to do that. Now, some questions that I have is, what's the best way to make the stringers? Because I have 2 that I have to take off, and I'm gonna replace them with 4 and a little bit of a box. So how do I attach the stringers to the boat? Best effective way, pretty much. So how do I do that? And then the other part is, I think, was it 12 or 1808? That's the glass you put over it. So we're putting epoxy, putting that 1808 on, and then flipping the mama board over and doing the same thing, and pretty much epoxying that to the stringers. And then that's pretty much, some people, there's a guy that I follow. I'll put his thing right on the left hand side. He's got some great videos on how to rebuild boats. He uses some stainless steel screws, and that's how he boxes in his boards. So there's a lot to do here. I've been searching, kind of making some notes, but shit, even if you're local and you want to come out and give me some advice, hey man, put it in the comment section, let me know. But I appreciate you guys standing by and actually going through the boat process with me, and we'll see you on the next update. Hey everyone, welcome to Real Coast Adventures, where fishing meets hard work with a side of fun. Whether we're reeling in those monster snook, tackling those redfish in the shallows, or sharing tips and tricks, there's always something exciting happening here. If you love fishing, adventure, and real life hustle, hit that subscribe button and join the journey. Let's make every day an adventure. Come on!